Let's go ahead and take a closer look at a few different types of retirement programs that you guys can actually start investing in today. Basically taking a small portion of your income, letting it sort of grow over a period of time, and that's going to help you lead into a very nice retirement life. The best time to think about retirement is today. So, easiest type of retirement account, or the most common type of retirement account to take a look at, is the 401k, which is a retirement account that is provided by your employer should they choose to offer one. Basically, you can take out a chunk of your income out of every paycheck, allow it to grow within the employer's retirement account, their 401k account, and basically, you can see this money grow, and this retirement account, this 401k, is going to follow you throughout your life. And it's going to be one of the most common types of retirement accounts that you should be investing in, especially if your company decides to match your contributions. Basically, if you put in $500 and if your employer offers a 100% match, then they're also going to put in $500 into your retirement account. That's a 100% return on your money. And basically, there is no financial asset or financial instrument that is going to give you 100% of your return just like that. So here, if your employer does match, you should immediately put as much money as you can into their 401k account. The maximum that you can contribute into a 401k account on an annual basis is $19,000, although there are a few restrictions on it. I think you have to be at least 60 years old before you can withdraw money on these retirement accounts, on this 401k account, without any type of penalty. So something to be aware about. And also to note that these 401k accounts, they are yours, any money that you put into them, even if you do decide to switch jobs. So if you go from job A to job B to job C, but you only contributed into your 401k account on job A, that is still your money. It is still going to continue to grow. And you can actually go ahead and roll over your 401k accounts into another type of retirement account should you choose to change your job. Or you can just let it sit there and let it continue to keep on growing money, even though you can't make new contributions if you have changed your job. So most common type of retirement account, 401k, absolutely you should start investing in it, especially if your firm or corporation decides to match your contributions. Another thing that we sort of want to rely on for retirement is, of course, going to be Social Security, which is provided by the government. So if you work at a current job, you are paying for the current recipients of Social Security right now. Social Security is funded by the payroll tax, also known as FICA, is collected by current workers to pay for current beneficiaries, and the current Social Security tax is 12.4%. Half of that is paid by the firms and corporations, and the other half is paid by you guys working. But it is going to be capped at a maximum yearly amount. So basically, when you want to go ahead and retire, the minimum age to collect it is age 62, but your payments are going to rise if you wait until age 66. So if you want to go ahead and collect Social Security, the earliest age that you can do so is age 62, and you may get maybe, say, $1,000 a month based on Social Security. And basically, this is you paying into this today in order to collect it later on. However, if you wait until age 66 or even later for that, you can see your monthly payments rise. So instead of getting $1,000 per month, maybe you'll get maybe $1,600 a month or $2,000 per month. It really depends on how much you've actually contributed into Social Security, and it's based by a formula devised by the government. So there is a sort of big discussion about when you should actually go ahead and take Social Security. Should you take it at the earliest age you can take it at 62, or should you wait a little bit longer to get a higher monthly payment? And that's something that you're going to have to discuss with your financial advisor or planner about. If you believe that you have a very unhealthy lifestyle, you're going to die earlier, and you don't believe that the government's going to have enough money for Social Security, then you should probably go ahead and take it as soon as you can. However, if you live a very healthy lifestyle, if you don't really need the money just as of yet, then you're probably going to be better off holding off until you get the larger payments later on in life. But once again, something that you have to discuss with your financial advisor about, and seeing exactly what your current economic or budgetary sort of restraints are going to be once retirement time does come along. Third type of retirement program is going to be a pension. So pensions are monthly payments made by employers until one's death. So maybe you work at the same company for, say, maybe 30 or 40 years, and the company is going to pay your pension. Maybe you get $3,000 per month. So the amount depends on income earned and the number of years worked. So the longer that you work, the higher that income, that pension is probably going to be. However, pensions are much less common today than a generation ago, because we aren't really loyal to anybody anymore. So employees are not really loyal to one particular firm or corporation, and firms and corporations are not really loyal to one employee. So basically, we rarely see one person working at the same corporation for a very long time. It's very rare nowadays. We as employees, we like to go ahead and jump around from corporation to corporation or from firm to firm because that's exactly the way how we grow our income. If we stay at the same corporation for a very long time, it's likely that they aren't going to give us raises that are commensurate with inflation. So the best way to increase our own incomes is actually to go ahead and job shop or job hop from one job to the next job. Same thing in terms of employers. They really don't care about employees all too much. So they basically see employees as sort of expendable. We can hire someone else to do this particular job. So once again, the loyalty does go both ways. However, there is one long-standing pension that still holds today, and that's going to be the pension of former U.S. presidents. So do you know what is included in the pensions of U.S. presidents? Well, if you are able to successfully serve your term in office without getting sort of kicked out of office, you get roughly about $205,000 per year. You get roughly about $100,000 for staff on your payroll, so whatever staff you may need once you get out of the public eye. You get Secret Service protection. So that's also something very nice. I think that's going to last them for about maybe 10 or 15 years. They sort of recently changed it up. And you also get free postage for life. So if any of the former presidents ever wants to spam our mailboxes with anything that they want to, they can absolutely do so for free because they do get free postage for life. So President Clinton, President Obama, Bush's, President Trump, once he sort of retires from this administration, basically they all get this particular pension because it is signed into law by the U.S. government. And then finally here, another common type of retirement accounts that you guys can actually invest in today are the IRAs, so individual retirement accounts, the traditional IRA and the Roth IRA. And both of them work very similarly because they are retirement accounts where you can put your money into and watch them grow, although they are going to differ just a little bit in when the taxes are going to be taken out. So both for the traditional IRA and for the Roth IRA, the maximum you can contribute is $6,000, and there are going to be you can only withdraw money on them when you reach 59 and a half years old without any type of penalty. With the traditional IRA, these are pre-tax or tax-deferred contributions that can be invested. So even before you see your paycheck from your employer, you're going to go ahead and invest a portion of that income into this traditional IRA. Basically, the idea behind you taking some type of income before taxes are paid onto it is that it's going to lower your sort of tax bracket now, but it also has some type of tax implications later on. So the idea behind it is once you actually do retire, you aren't going to have any type of income, so your tax bracket, your tax ladder is going to be lower. So when you actually withdraw money on your traditional IRA accounts, your tax hit is going to be less or lower when you hit that retirement age. You still do have to pay taxes on the earnings, but because you are retired, because you don't have any type of earnings later on, that tax hit should be fairly low. On the other hand, we have the Roth IRA, which are going to use after-tax contributions. So you receive your paycheck from your employer, and then you decide to contribute a portion of that income into the Roth IRA. Because you've already paid taxes on that, there are not going to be any penalties for early withdrawal, so it does give you a little bit of flexibility. You will, however, pay taxes on any earnings that sort of accrue from the Roth IRA. So here, there are no taxes on earnings after the age 59 and a half. So once again, it just gives you a little bit of flexibility with the Roth IRA. If you need the money right now, you can go ahead and withdraw some of the principal amount because you've already taken taxes, you've already paid taxes on that. But traditional IRAs, Roth IRAs, two different types of retirement accounts that you should be investing in as well. And once again, if you go ahead and switch your jobs with your 401k account, you can actually roll your 401k account into an IRA account without any penalty with few penalties and with few restrictions as well. So lots of different retirement accounts for you guys to go ahead and think about that you should start investing in today, because if you can let your money grow over a period of 30, 40, 50 years, very small amounts can become huge amounts later on when you're going to go ahead and retire. So once again, something that we like to say in the finance realm and personal finance, time in the market is going to be much greater. It's going to be much better than timing the market. So you just want to continue to contribute as much as you can into these retirement accounts. You can go invest as much as you can. Make sure that you think about the long term. Don't really invest money that you need right here and right now, because with retirement accounts, you are truly thinking about the long term. So with all of this, hopefully this does give you a better idea about how these retirement accounts works, or just gives you a sort of good foundation, or leads you into researching a lot more about these type of things, because you will want to go ahead and invest in them in order for you to have a much more comfortable retirement in old age. Or maybe if you want to go ahead and toy with the idea of firing, financially independent, retire early, that type of thing, these are the type of accounts that will lead you along the way. So with all of this, this was our money chapter, the beginning of our money chapter. We talked about the functions of money, what exactly money can do for us, and then we talked about the loanable funds market, which is essentially just the economic analysis of how we match buyers, how we match sort of borrowers and savers with one another. That led us into the financial system, financial intermediaries, and taking a look at the two most common type of markets within the financial realm, the bond market and then the stock market. Then we ended with what we did here, just taking a look at personal finance for your own everyday usage. So this will do it for chapter number 11. We'll take a closer look at how banks operate in chapter number 12 when we take a look at a little bit of accounting. So here we'll take a look at a few T accounts, a few balance sheets, and see how banks actually create money. So I'll see you guys in that chapter. Good job with this particular section.